Hello everyone and welcome back to Winston Reviews, the only show on YouTube where I have you movie sequels better than the original film. So today we're going to be continuing the X-Men franchise review series with X2 for 2003 because the last video did really well. It got quite decent amount of views, so I thought I might as well do the second one. I was going to do the second one anyways, but well, why not? Let's just review it. Now, as I said in the intro, this movie is better than the first film, and I think the first part of that is that this has way more action in it. Specifically in the whole mansion scene. Like, that mansion fight scene is easily like top 10 fight scenes in the X-Men franchise. I really love that fight scene. Like, this movie as a whole feels very similar to Captain America the Winter Soldier, where, the first Captain America film is good, it's a film I like, but the Winter Soldier, it's so much action. It takes everything that, is great about the first Avenger and goes not even through the roof, through the clouds. The action in that movie is just non-stop. You just can't take your eyes off it. That's exactly how I feel about X2. I think the first one is really good. The second one, it just goes through the roof. It's action scene, action scene, action scene. That's what I really like about it. It's really cool. I kind of like how Magneto and Mystique join the rest of the X-Men. This is what I was talking about with the last movie about the characters, because we've seen throughout the franchise that the characters are very ambiguous. At times they're heroes, then at times they're villains, then they're anti-heroes, and then you're not really sure, do I root for them now or do I root for them, because the morality of the characters here are just very ambiguous, because they do want to help the X-Men, but they're not good guys. They're not trying to be oh, we're good guys helping you, but also they're not really villains because they're not really trying to do bad things. You're not really sure whether they're good or bad or not, and that's what I really like. It keeps you wondering, not in this film, but the rest of the franchise. It keeps you wondering, should I even root for these guys anymore? You get a bit more of the drama with the love triangle between Cyclops, Jean, and Logan, and as I said in the last film, I'm not a big fan of that love triangle. I don't know. I don't know if it's a controversial opinion. Maybe it is something that the community likes, but for me, I was just not really that big on the whole love triangle thing, so it doesn't really work out for me. The side villain in this movie is played by the guy from Succession, and he's just kind of okay. The thing about this movie, you got Magneto and Mystique here. They're really great villains, and they're amazing. I really enjoy their characters. I'm really interested in seeing how they connect with the X-Men, or the character relations they have and all that. And then you get to the guy from Succession, and you're like, oh yeah, he's in this movie too, yeah. This is something I've kind of noticed with the side villains of the X-Men movies, is that the main villains are the most intriguing ones, the ones that you're really attached to. You're oh, those are really cool villains. And then you have the side villains, and then it's oh yeah, they're just there. You don't really feel lucked with. So then you're oh yeah, it's that character. They were in the movie. So yeah, I just wasn't a big fan of his character because I said a lot of the side villains of these movies are just kind of there. He does it. He's also important for the X-Men franchise because he does kiss to Wolverine, but he's not a villain to people oh yeah, the guy from X2, yeah, that villain guy, yeah, he was one of the best villains in the movie. No one says that. No one, literally no one thinks that the guy from Succession is one of the best X-Men villains. Literally no one thinks that. This movie introduces us to a few new mutants who. How'd that go then? So the new mutant in this movie is Nightcrawler, who can teleport. And there's something I really like about his teleporting powers here. So his teleporting powers are pretty, interesting because he's never just teleport anywhere. Oh, I can teleport from here to North America or here to, Rome or something. He can just only teleport to places he's been to or places that he can see. And that's kind of interesting to me. So let's say I had his powers. I can just teleport to North America because I've never been to North America. I can't, see North America. So there's no point for me to travel to North America. I can only teleport to places I've been to before or places I can see. And that's really interesting. It adds a bit more, levels to teleporting. As I said, I don't know if this is something that's already been done before in other movie franchises or comic books or whatever, but I did that was kind of something interesting in the X-Men films. The other new mutant in this movie, Cyclops. Hi everyone, Anton Winston here. So for this little segment, I accidentally confused Cyclops with Colossus, and so for this entire segment, I refer to Colossus as Cyclops. So you guys are allowed to publicly humiliate me by smashing that dislike button and making this the most disliked video on my channel. The other new mutant in this movie is Cyclops, and he did have a little cameo in the first one, but that was very minor and not many people know that he was in that one. So this is like this first one where he's like, more prominent. And Cyclops is a good character. I like him. He's like, part of the original trilogy cast. But yeah, he's overall just a character I do like. I've never been that big into Cyclops' character, but yeah, he's definitely a character I do like. And the final new character introduced in this movie is the President of the United States. Do I ever say anything about him? Like, he's the President of the United States. Literally, this guy's no fans. Like, if there's actually someone who's a big fan of the President from X2, that'd be the most random thing ever. But yeah, I really enjoyed X2. It is a really fun movie. It is definitely really entertaining. And I do prefer it to the first film. I'm giving this like a 4 to a 4.5 out of 5. I think it is just a really entertaining movie. Definitely the best of the franchise so far. Don't think it is. It's definitely not my favorite X-Men movie overall, but as of right now, chronologically, this is my favorite film. So it goes X2 and then X1. That's how my ranking would go for now. So yeah, that's it for my X2 review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll be back next time with X-Men Last Stand. And I also might be back with a bonus movie review. Maybe. Put that out there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you all for the X-Men Last Stand review. Goodbye.